returned from work only to see my parents giving my room to my nephew. They said I could stay in the living room. Actually, I'll stay in my own apartment, I replied. They laughed, but when I moved away from them, they started. My name is Lucy and I graduated from college with a degree in computer programming. Unlike most of my classmates who were scrambling to find jobs after graduation, I already had mine secured. During my third year, I got an offer from Softtech Solutions, a mid-sized software company that liked my work during a summer internship. The job offer came with a pretty decent salary, enough that I could have moved into my own place right after graduation, but I didn't. Lucy, we were hoping you might consider staying with us a bit longer, Mom said one evening as we sat around our dining table. Dad nodded beside her, looking slightly embarrassed. What do you mean? I thought you'd be happy to finally have the house to yourselves, I replied, confused by the request. Dad cleared his throat. Well, sweetheart, the truth is we're having trouble keeping up with all the bills these days. Your mother and I aren't getting any younger and our expenses keep going up. If you stayed, Mom added quickly, and maybe contributed a little to the household, it would really help us out. I looked at their worried faces. These were the people who raised me, who put me through college. Despite the fact that I've been dreaming about my own place for years, I couldn't say no. How much would help? I asked. A relief on their faces was immediate. Maybe $1,000 a month, Dad suggested tentatively, for bills and groceries. And just like that I became the breadwinner for my parents at 22 years old. I kept the rest of my salary in my savings account, watching it grow steadily each month. I didn't spend much on myself, just the basics and occasional small treats. But waste money on things I didn't need. My sister Olivia had a completely different philosophy about money. She was 7 years older than me, married to her college sweetheart James, and had a 7-year-old son named Ethan. They lived in a fancy rented apartment across town and lived like they were swimming in cash, even though they weren't. Oh my God, Lucy, are you seriously wearing that shirt again? Olivia said during one of her Sunday visits. She was sprawled on our parents' couch, scrolling through her phone while James and Dad watched football and Mom played with Ethan. I looked down at my plain blue t-shirt. What's wrong with it? She rolled her eyes dramatically. I saw you wearing it in your Facebook photo from last year. Don't you ever buy new clothes? The new Stella McCartney line dropped weeks ago. I don't need new clothes. These ones work fine, I replied, trying not to let her get under my skin. This is why you're still single, she said as if my lack of designer clothing was some kind of character flaw. No guy wants a girl who looks like she shops at Goodwill. I bit my tongue instead of pointing out that while I had a growing savings account, she and James were living paycheck to paycheck despite his well-paying job. Olivia worked part-time at a boutique, mostly to fight boredom as she put it, but their combined income disappeared as quickly as it came in. Vacations, restaurants, clothes, and whatever else caught their fancy that week. Hey, Lucy, Olivia said later that same day, cornering me in the kitchen while I was doing dishes. Her voice had shifted from mocking to sweet. Can I borrow $200? There's this dress I've been eyeing and I'm a little short this month. I sighed. This wasn't the first time and it wouldn't be the last. Sure, I said, drying my hands on the towel. You're the best. She gave me a quick hug. This is why you're my favorite sister. I'm your only sister, I reminded her, but she was already texting someone, probably telling them she could afford the dress after all. When I wasn't at my day job, I spent most evenings working on a side project, a home security system app that evolutionized how people monitored their homes. It would integrate with existing camera systems but had intelligent alerts and user-friendly controls that the current market was missing.